right, welcome into another episode, Dropkick Basement. Here we are, week of Thanksgiving. Tom, we're in the week of Thanksgiving.
We are.
We are.
I was going to say, Tom, he's addressing you.
Whoa, I thought there was more to that.
No, that's it. I'm excited.
We're here, and we're ready to kick it old school and pick teams of 5 that will thrive to. Was it thrive to survive? Or try to survive.
Teams of 5. Strive. It was strive to survive.
There we go.
That's right. By the way, I didn't actually introduce us. Mike Madden on my end, my tag team partner, that's Tom Schultz on his side.
That's why I was.
I know, yeah. I kind of botched that. I'm going to be honest. You know what? It's because we have our recurring guest is back in the basement, and that is some have referred to you since your last episode as you're now the voice of the people. Or the people. Is it the voice of the people or the people's voice? Which one do you think you prefer? That's Steve Mezzano, our third chair in the basement. So yeah, I happened to get a little bit of feedback on the episode that we did about the title belts. Words were thrown around like that was maybe the nerdiest, most entertaining episode I've ever heard. And you know, it did get good reviews on the algorithm. A lot of thumbs up and happy people with us ranking belts and talking about a lot about eagles and stars and too much gold. So
Too much gold.
Before we get started with our episode, though, I do need to. We do have to send condolences. This past week, the pro wrestling world lost one of my favorite color announcers from back in the old days. Bob Caudle passed away. Mid-Atlantic Championship Wrestling, basically, you know, with the Crockett's, was the voice of Mid-Atlantic for maybe 20 or 30 years as they got, you know, more prominence. Transitioned to the NWA and worked NWA Worldwide with Tony Schiavone. Then into WCW, he did pay-per-view calls with Jim Ross. Always sounded like your neighbor that was coming over and casually talking to you, hey, did you see the wrestling today? Just a good interviewer, a good color commentator. When they had him do play-by-play, it was a little bit shaky. But he certainly was a voice that I remember prominently, and going back and watching old wrestling, obviously this is somebody that pops up time and time again. So 95 years old, Bob Caudle passed away.
Wow.
Yeah. Fun fact, I believe he worked as an aide to Jesse Helms when Jesse Helms was alive and in
I have not
Congress?
heard Jesse Helms' name in quite some time.
Senate.
Who is that?
He was.
I knew you were going to say that. I didn't even want to say I knew him, because then I was. I'm going to say Republican Senator, North Carolina.
North Carolina, yeah, senator. That's right. He was a senator.
Okay.
A little controversial for his day.
Yeah.
But he had friendly old Bob Caudle as working in his administration. So, again, we love him for his contributions to pro wrestling, and certainly we have and will talk about him in future episodes and in past episodes. So let's pivot and let's move into the topic at hand, and this is we're doing a snake draft on this episode, and we're each drafting 5 women's survivor teams. And the criteria, as laid out, there will be each of us will pick one current roster WWE wrestler, one current AEW, one international wrestler. Now that could be somebody that was that did most of their work predominantly in another country, that could have a presence in the United States, but has to be born internationally. A legend. So this is somebody who's not actively working in an in-ring capacity. And then there's a wild card spot, and that could be anything and anybody on the female side of a pro wrestling Survivor Series match. So I like our criteria. We've already pre-selected the draft order, and of course, as gracious as the basement is, our guest, third chair Steve, voice of the people, you will get the first pick. I will get the second pick, and Tom, you're bringing up the rear, but also because it's snake draft, you will get the first pick in the second round. So, are we ready? Are we ready to roll?
Lots of pressure, yeah.
Ready to rock and roll.
Man,
Tom, I trust that I trust that you'll be the statistician in writing down all of the draft.
I do. I have everything ready to roll.
Very good. Very good.
All right. I'm going to go right out of the box because
you have the first pick in the draft.
Yeah, so I guess it isn't. I don't know if it's out of the box. I'm going to go China.
Okay. Now, this is interesting because this is 1-1 overall. So this is like, of anyone, this is who you think is the number one draft pick of all time.
Yes. I'm building a team here.
All right.
And you know what? Quick snippet. I mean, what is it? 7th, 8th wonder of the world?
9th.
You know, like
9th. Yeah, the 9th.
9th. That's it. Right? 9th wonder of the world. I kind of missed out on the Astrodome there or something. But,
and Andre.
But like, I mean, amazing, right? Like her career wasn't like that long. I don't feel like long, like, you know, obviously not alive, but like, man, like you remember her, you know, in DX. Like she wasn't just the we'll throw a girl in there. She was like China, you know?
Yeah.
It's crazy. Yeah.
And what's also like it's kind of like lost to time is because a lot of it when she left wrestling, she had a lot of addiction. She did adult films. She was in Playboy when she was in WWF. She did a second one, I think, right after she left. So her media was really tied to like some really scuzzy things. I mean, I'm not a prude, but you know, the general public would probably say, "Oh, well, you know, that kind of she ended up doing porno," but when she was part of that company, she's doing advertisements. She wrote a book. She was on like a bunch of like sitcoms. She was on like Third Rock from the Sun. I think she did another, you know, one or two other, you know, maybe like the 70s Show or something like that. So she had like, there was a presence about her that nobody had touched that before. And in ring, she got to wrestle men first. Eventually, like she wanted to maybe take a little bit easy on her body because she had neck issues, and she started wrestling women more prominently and getting into programs and feuds with that. So, I mean, she certainly is a pioneer. She's in their Hall of Fame. So I think that's an excellent, and
that is
to hit with a legend right off the bat is a.
Is that what we're putting? Is that the category you're selecting?
Oh yeah,
yeah. I am going legend with her.
Legend, okay. Not wild card. All right. That throws it to me.
Yep.
I got a million ways to go with this.
There are so many ways to go.
Yeah. I'm going to go with, I think, the best character in pro wrestling currently, and I'm saying that men's and women's side. I'm going with Timeless Toni Storm.
Timeless Toni, and the Timeless specifically.
Specifically, yes.
There's no time.
Listen, there is a way that I could get like at least 4 Toni Storms out on this list.
Yes.
Because she is internationally born.
Yes.
She's
I was gonna say, where are you taking her? AEW or?
She's AEW, yeah. I'm taking her as my AEW slot. in the last 2 years, nobody has worked as hard as she has to get that character over. And not just, it could have died on the vine and been like, all right, this Toni Storm's doing this like space cadet, like she thinks she's an actress, you know, she's got, you know, arrogance and delusions of grandeur. That could have been done in like 6 months, and she would have like faded into the mid card and been like almost like a meme wrestler like Danhausen. And it would have been,
yeah.
But they pumped a lot of energy and a lot of like background creativity, not just with her, but with RJ City contributing, with Mariah May when she came into the company being part of that. Then when you flip the script and you're taking Toni into these like incredible situations, these like grueling death matches. I'll spell it out. Like a couple of these matches in that Mariah May feud were borderline death matches. So when you can show off that side of you and it becomes a different wrinkle, and you lose the title, you come back, you win the belt, you have like a million different facets you can bring into that character. Plus the promos are incredible. The in-ring, she's fucking lights out. She's one of one for a reason. I think she right now, in my opinion, the best character in pro wrestling and one of the best women's wrestlers in the world right now.
I would agree with everything he said.
Thank you. That's why I like having you on the show, Tom.
Nobody sells. I'll tell you what, you buy into a gimmick and she's, no matter what, she stays with it. She's committed, and she brings it in the ring. Because you can't have one without the other there. You can't be a really good, you know, if you're going to sell that gimmick, you better be able to like continually stay on TV.
And she's got creative freedom to do a lot of stuff too. So a lot of that stuff is her idea. Like, hey, I'm going to do this week, or I'm going to say this. I have to go to do commentary for this match. And they're like, yeah, you're going to knock it out of the park. We trust you. It's going to be provocative. Somebody online is going to like, you know, repost it the second that she, you know, she's talking about her private parts or somebody like slapping the tits off of somebody but that's the type of reaction that like, that makes you think like, hey, there's so much more to this character, and you know, we want to watch her on TV all the time. So
that character could have gone over like a fart in church.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
right?
It had so much potential to not work. And I think what made it even stronger was when she lost, went away, came back as herself.
Yeah.
And then turned back into the timeless Toni Storm. Like that really like solidified, okay, this woman is batshit crazy.
She knows exactly right. She knows exactly what she's doing with it, and she knows where she's going. So, all right, Tom, you have 2 picks back to back here.
Okay, so going into this particular draft, I mapped out the 5 people that I wanted.
Okay.
And I was forming a stable.
This is
okay.
I like your thought process.
And every great stable needs a mouthpiece.
Okay.
So as my wild card, I'm taking sensational Sherry Martel.
Oh, hell yeah.
As a wild card, it's a good pick.
So she was the one person that I was afraid I was not going to be able to get because I know that Mike has an affinity for Sherry. What I'm envisioning is she's the mouthpiece of this heel stable that then has to be in the 5-woman or the 10-woman tag match.
Okay. Right.
That because we know that she has a background as a worker first.
Yeah,
and
of course.
A manager second. But I think most of the audience would remember her managerial portion of her career.
Yeah.
I think that's what brought her to like the national stage. And I mean, she's the best female manager ever.
Okay.
In my opinion,
I'd have to think. I'd have to think on that, but
can take a bump.
Oh fuck yeah, she can.
And
in real life and in the ring.
Yes. And for the rest of the team that I'm going to attempt to build around her, they need a very outgoing, boisterous manager, because they're a bit of, I wouldn't say that the charisma is the strong suit of the other 4 women that I personally am trying to draft.
I can't wait to you're going to get your next draft pick. You're going to start this off with 2 out of the 5. I'm trying to get in your brain to steal people from you. Couple things about Sherry. Yes, she was a wrestler first. She's a former AWA women's champion, former WWF women's champion. When she got to the WWF, they had no women's division. It was like her and like Moolah for a little while, and her and Rockin' Robin. And that's, you're absolutely right. Vince was like, you were a manager in the AWA too. Like, you can be at ringside. And he made her more like, and Pat Patterson, really, they both took her and they were like, more screaming, more makeup, more pouting, more this, more that. And it just, with every person that she managed, it was Savage, technically Savage first, although she was under the gimmick of Peggy Sue with Honky Tonk Man. But that's the evolution. Then she goes to DiBiase. She goes to Shawn Michaels. She's with the Harlem Heat in WCW. She's with Flair. She's with Shane Douglas in ECW. Everywhere she went, like, there was a new facet to Sherry that like was getting opened up as a manager. I do think, now that I'm thinking about it, she might be the best female valet / manager of all time. So,
and the most iconic interview with the Harlem Heat in WCW. And how she can keep it together and ad-lib as fast as she did is, man, what a talent.
What a pro. Well, I'm guessing that wasn't the first time she heard that word.
Yeah, I'm sure.
So Sherry is your first round draft choice. I love it. And now kick off the second round for us, Tom.
Now I'm going to take this strictly based on the team that I'm trying to build. I think I may be able to get her in a later round. However, I do not want to risk it. So with the 4th overall pick, first of the second round, out of the legend category, I'm going to take Bull Nakano.
Ah, shit. All right.
He's scratching them all off Mike's list.
I know.
So, to me, she's going to be, well, first off, let's just say one of the best international women's wrestlers of all time.
Yeah.
Unbelievable presence and look. Something, especially for the time that she came out, like no one had any sort of like aura about themselves the way that she did, especially with the women that she was wrestling, the smaller Japanese women that she's wrestling.
Yeah.
She's a more of an imposing figure that can work, but then can also brawl. When she came into the WWF in the 90s and even WCW, she really took over that women's division. For my team, she's going to be the heater. She's going to be the ass kicker. And yeah, there's a ton of ways that you can go with the legends. She's one of my all-time favorite women's wrestlers, so that's where I had to go.
Yeah, the face makeup, the high hair, the fact that, again, she could work, but she could also brawl. She was a huge star even when she was 19 years old for All Japan Women. You know, running through that whole and having to retire briefly. I think they might have changed the rules that she never really had to retire. Because they used to have, once they got to like 26, it was like, all right, you're done. And I think by the time she got to 26, they were like, well, we want to keep some of these girls around, and we see value in them, and we can send them on excursions. So she's an excellent pick. She was on my list. Steve, do you know the fun fact about Bull Nakano?
I don't.
You're going to love this. She was a professional golfer in Japan after she retired from pro wrestling.
Yeah, I completely forgot about that.
Two-sport athlete.
It's amazing. People that, like, where would she get the time to even practice?
Well, after she retired.
You're on the... Remember, this isn't like she's flying everywhere. Like, you're on a road. Like, what, she'd take out a 7-iron and be like, hold on, there's a field over here. I'm going to take 7 swings.
Well, I think she was probably very good. Like, if it's a close approach and the ball's like going towards the hole, and you know how it stops on the edge, and a lesser man would stomp around it and try and quake the ground. I think Bull would probably just scream at it and threaten to put it in an armbar, and the thing would go right into the hole for her. So, LPGA.
I do hate having the middle pick, by the way. I hate not having wraparound picks, and you have to listen to 2 in a row.
Yeah. So, with that being said, I might have to scramble here.
Really?
Yeah.
You're like a guy in a regular, like a baseball fantasy draft, and after the 5th pick, you're like, I need a break. Like,
Bull Nakano was high on my list.
All the running backs are gone. What do I do?
So, Toni Storm would probably play nice with... I'm going to go with Asuka.
Nice.
As my WWE choice.
Was pretty high on my WWE.
Yeah.
I can't listen to her voice. That's like literally if I'm managing this stable, I'd have to hear her every day. I'd grab Bull Nakano's golf club and hit it to death.
But the thing that is undeniable about Asuka, like I just mentioned how some of these ladies left wrestling or stopped working in the ring at a certain age, or they left on their own, or they got phased out, whatever it was. Like I think she's like 38 or 39, and she's still she's another one that figures out a way to reinvent some aspects about her that make it more intriguing. She's one of the most solid, reliable pro wrestlers that they have in that company, especially on the women's side. She's in the veteran role now, so she doesn't get like she'll be in the tag team scene, and she'll be like having some sort of like a semi-main event program with whoever is underneath, or whoever the champ may be, like in the shadows. But I think that's also like at any point she can go up and she can take over, and she could be a high-end main event star. She's been a multi-time women's champion. She won the first woman to win the Royal Rumble. Did a lot of, legwork in small promotions in Japan, DDT and whatnot before she made it to the States. I think that's a solid pick in my opinion. And I'm liking the fact that she would hang around with Toni Storm.
Because especially in this iteration that she has going currently, it's just two lunatics.
Yeah, I like lunatics. My stable might be crazy.
I like lunatics.
I might be pivoting to technical wrestlers, but crazy people. So Asuka takes my WWE spot. On to Steve. You've got 2 in a row here.
All right. Well, I'm glad this person's available because I think she was the first person to really revolutionize it for me for women's wrestling with a gimmick and like sort of throwing questions to the wind. I'm going Lita.
Okay. Very good.
All right.
Big fan. I felt like that, she.
Oh, wait a second. Hold on. Are you taking her as a wild card?
I mean,
because she's not
about taking her.
She's not active.
Oh, you know what? Yes, I will take her as my wild card.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. Need a wild card.
Okay. Go on. Continue on your.
I mean, just high flyer, right? Like back then, it was like, and good looking. And honestly, most of those women back, you had like, you remember when you thought Wendy Richter was good looking? Like I'm a kid. She's like she's the best. They have to throw up there, and meaning throw up. And, and then you have Lita comes around and she can bring it in the ring.
Mm-hmm.
And then she matches up with the Hardys. That's like perfectly for her style.
Yeah.
So I feel like coming off of China, right, who's going to be the enforcer, you have Lita who's like mid-size and can just bring it in the ring.
Yeah. She, and I don't think enough people talk about her as a promo because she did get, especially when she turned heel and she was with Edge, and she got more bitchy and she got more confident in, feeding into, what the crowd was giving her and giving it back. Like she really improved leaps and bounds once she turned heel and getting away from the Hardys, like giving her that jump start with the Hardys was one thing, but then getting away from them and working, her programs with Trish Stratus or as Edge's valet, like that put her, that lined her up very well. So I like that pick. Alita as your wild card.
Oh man. So now I got to wrap this around. I have two people that I'm looking at. Well, more than that. I'm going to go very current with my WWE.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody that she's actually not my favorite, but she's captivating. I'm going to go Rhea Ripley.
Oh yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
It's not like, I don't know. Like I think there are other people that I like better as a personal favorite, but you know what? Like anybody who she's another one. She buys into her gimmick, right? Like when I first saw her without makeup on, I didn't even know who it was, right?
Yeah.
So she sets herself up looking much more the part of like, I'm gonna beat your ass, and she played the angle with the Dirty Dom. She's been good. She's been bad. She can bring it. She matches up well against smaller wrestlers, but at the same time, she's held her own like with bigger wrestlers, right? So yeah, I'm going with Rhea Ripley.
That's a good choice to put with China, because I feel like there's definitely like those underlying tones that they like to put Rhea in like these situations where she stands up to a male wrestler. I know they don't like to do mixed tags all that much unless you're husband and wife, but the idea of her like kind of in the China mold of she was in a stable with all guys and she's the heater more or less, for lack of a better term. Like she was enforcer in that group in a lot of those situations. And she does great media stuff. That company loves her. And that's very important because she's another one that's on the young side. I think she's 26 or 27. So she plays her cards right. She's there for another like 10 or 15 years.
Oh, yeah.
And she's, she gets hurt. Let's not say that she's not injury prone, but who isn't these days when it comes to the style that they all wrestle at? And I think that she's gotten that adaptability. She's just like I said, the compliment I was giving to Asuka is just what you would say about Rhea. She doesn't have to be the main event. You can give her stuff away from it, but she is like breaking an emergency, and Rhea Ripley is your gal to take over a main event spot and be in a multi-women match like this. So I think that's an excellent choice. I knew somebody was going to take Rhea at a certain point. So having her with China is that's a pretty solid move. So we're back to me. I am taking my legend.
Okay.
Mike, I feel like you're really up your game, man. Because usually I thought you were going to be like, and let me go to the next person, and here's why my team's going to beat yours. But man, we've thrown him for a loop here a little bit. I think so. We have him on the ropes right now.
We do.
Yeah. Sure you do.
Right now I'm feeling this is where we're heading towards a camel clutch.
Actually, you know what? I'm going with my wild card because I think this team needs to be crazier. Luna Vachon.
Wow.
Okay.
A good pick.
Yeah.
Good pick.
So, again, just because I'm in that mind frame of I have to watch some old wrestling all the time, almost every day or a couple times a week. I'm watching Florida Championship Wrestling a couple weeks back. There's Luna. She's playing a reporter from some like local, fucking penny saver that came in to like present Blackjack Mulligan with like a Wrestler of the Year award. And, she doesn't have the skulls. She doesn't have like her Luna makeup. She barely has like even any lines. She's there. It's Gordon Soley's next to her, like, giving out, helping her give out the award. Mulligan's like, oh, thank you very much. Kevin Sullivan comes through, knocks Blackjack out of the way, goes to hit Blackjack. Blackjack ducks, full force punches Luna Vachon in the face on television in Florida. And then eventually that leads an angle where Luna gets Stockholm Syndrome and falls in love with Kevin Sullivan and joins his cult and gets her head shaved on national television or Florida Championship Wrestling television, but gets her head shaved. Then she's there with Woman. She's there with the rest of the fucking goofs in the Kevin Sullivan satanic stable. That's the first time you see her. And then it was like fucking, that was the Luna that you saw for the next 20 something years. Good wrestler. Great. Like Tom, I think the point that you were bringing up with Sherry Martel, Luna's the same sort of like valet that was like steady with Bigelow, with Shawn Michaels, a couple other times with Goldust and Mark Merrow, whoever it was. Like you could rely on Luna being part of the act, and the voice is a little bit nails on a chalkboard. Steve's not going to want to listen to the promos.
No.
After Tony stops talking, then it's Asuka screaming and Luna Vachon. But yeah, I hate to say it, like I think Luna is unfortunately criminally underrated, and deserves a lot more accolades than she got for being as important to wrestling as she was in the 90s, especially. So I'm taking Luna Vachon. My stable's out of their minds. Tom for two.
They are absolutely out of their minds.
But you're going Looney Tunes with your people.
Oh yeah. Oh, it might get worse. It might get worse.
The reason that I'm agreeing with Steve, however, that we may have you on the ropes is both of us had already picked a wild card. Mm-hmm. So you didn't need to take that to the 5th round.
That's true.
By the way,
yeah.
Which is why I will not choose a current WWE roster member until my 5th pick. Because
I'll tell you something.
Both
Tom
of you have already chosen yours.
Mm-hmm.
This next one is, I didn't think she would be on the board for me right now. So I built my roster otherwise, but I'm going to pivot.
Okay.
Current AEW, Mercedes Moné.
Oh, okay. All right.
She was possibly coming up on my next pick.
So this is how I envision, and it'll come through in my next pick. The way that I envision this roster is a main eventer, a mid-carder, 2 women that we can create a tag team with, right, and then our manager, Sherry Martel.
Sherry Martel, right.
So I was originally going to go main event in the WWE slot. I'm pivoting here. I'm going Mercedes. Currently, maybe the best women's wrestler in the world.
Yeah.
And top 5 all time.
But you only get Mercedes. You don't get puppet Mercedes.
Unfortunately, I don't. Which, if I did get Puppet Mercedes, it would be a better promo.
It's a different story.
But, I mean, current TBS champion this weekend may be becoming the AEW World Women's Champion. Top 5 women's wrestler of all time. To be able to get her in the 3rd round, I think is value beyond belief.
Right.
And she's going to be the main eventer. She's going to be the focal point of this group. And her promo skills could use some work. And she'll get the rub from Sherry in our little heel stable that we got going on here.
Yeah, that's actually the criticism on her promos is, I think it has to do more with her cadence than anything else.
Yes,
and the fact that it's written out. So she's what they would say is a performative pro wrestler. She's gotten so much better with this belt collectors, and
it's unbelievable.
That a couple weeks ago when they did the angle where her and Renee are in the ring, there's so many things that were hilarious about that bit that they did, because Renee is like she's making Renee do the CEO dance, and then if you look in the background, Excalibur and Danielson are doing the CEO dance. And it wasn't like they focused the camera on him. They're just in like the long shot because the puppet came up from from under the table, and Statlander and Harley took her out. But like, it's little things like that it's obviously she's having a good time, and they're giving, again, she's another one that kind of has creative freedom to come up with stuff that she's going to be able to handle. And she's not trying to cater to the fans or anything like that. She's better as a heel.
Way better as a heel.
And she's kind of a cool heel. And she's undeniable in the ring.
Yeah.
So I think her promo work is starting to get better. It's not good. It's not good. It's not, but it was painfully bad when she first got there.
Yeah.
And now it's like she's starting to maybe find a comfort and a groove. So definitely better.
Okay. Yeah, no, it's a good choice, good value. What are you gonna hit us with?
All right, so
on the boomerang.
This is my out of the box pick. No one else. I'm almost 100% convinced that no one else would have taken this woman. But this one I had earmarked because she is going to be my tag team with Bull Nakano.
Okay.
They're going to be 2 big badass bitches. My international pick is current Stardom superstar Bozilla.
Shit, she's fucking all right. God damn, Tom. She's good.
Yes, she's awesome. Like she's like the monster of Stardom currently.
Mm-hmm.
She's a German-born wrestler. Just has had some awesome matches with Megan Bayne.
Yeah.
But this is what I pictured when I was kind of trying to map out this draft. Is I wanted someone to put with Bull Nakano as almost like the Legion of Doom of women.
That's true.
Like the Road Warriors of women. 2 big girls that are gonna lay the wood down. And I kind of didn't think that anyone would go for her, which is why I saved her for a later round. But yeah, if you're not too familiar with her, go check out her stuff.
Did she work in the States for GCW?
She did Spring Break this year. She wrestled Megan on Spring Break.
Yeah. That's a good out of nowhere international.
Now I can save my international next one for last. Well, wouldn't have mattered though because I get back to back anyway.
Yeah, there you go.
All right, an international for me. I'm riding the Chaos train. So I've got my international, I've got my legend to go.
Yep.
Chaos train engaged. Maki Ito.
Oh, see, this
is on my. She's my international.
I like it.
She's the cutest in the world. She can sing her little song. She can. She's got good comedy chops. I gotta say, like, yes. Even seeing her like way back, like pre that stint in AEW that she did, she was like this, kind of almost like a meme wrestler that I found on YouTube, and I had seen her at a Mania weekend show when she was part of DDT, and she was in one of those Scramble Battle Royals. Young. This is even before she started to do the Fallen Idol thing and sing and dance. But she entertains me a lot, and I hate that AEW kind of like didn't give her a longer shot to stand out, because she's a lot of fun. She works great in GCW because she's another one. She doesn't give a shit about throwing herself all over the place or being thrown all over the place, and the middle fingers and the motherfuckers and all the cursing stuff, that's right up my alley. She can hang with this group. I can see like Asuka chasing her around and trying to bully her, and then her giving Asuka the finger behind her back. I want this team to be successful. Maki Ito is our international women's star on that one.
And let's not forget, she's also gang affiliated.
That's true, yeah.
All fucking day.
All fucking day, that's right. Yeah. So, I think she's also adjacent to the Dark Order. I believe they were recruiting her for a while. So, those were pandemic times. Steve, this is actually the end of your draft. Two for Steve to wrap it up.
I'm actually going to go with somebody who was just mentioned a little while ago, because I feel like she is going to have a huge future. And I'm going Megan Bayne.
Okay.
All right.
She's got the look. She's like got the right height. She's, like I don't know, something about her. Like when she comes into a match, like I was watching that match last week. She comes into a match.
The blood and guts.
Like,
yeah.
Yeah, blood and guts. Yeah. Like she comes into a match and I'm like, right away, I'm like, where is she? Like she's going to do something. And, she just total badass. But my thing is I have three, so
you have a tough team.
I'm gonna say alpha women.
Yeah.
You can put that team probably up against a lot of men's Survivor Series teams. Yes. And you're going to get pinfalls. All of the women that you have worked matches against men.
Yep.
Just think about that. Yeah.
I mean, that's crazy.
I
can't put her from an international. I mean, she's born in East Haven, Connecticut.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like another world.
But all right, I'm not going to give you any draft strategy, but I will say about Megan, that blood and guts match was so fun. It was
so well done.
It was so well done. She looked like a killer. Marina Shafir looked like a killer. There were a lot of like, especially like the run up to the finish, the last 5 minutes of that match with the spots that they were doing, the unique shit. Like it was all so well laid out. So I give them a ton of credit for putting everybody put everything on the line. But Megan is currently, this is something I think I read it on Janela's Twitter. Megan's working, and I know they mentioned it on the AEW telecast, but she's working the AEW shows, including this weekend. She's in Stardom doing a international tag team tournament for Stardom, while also simultaneously in the tag team tournament for the AEW Women's Championships. There's been a lot of wrestlers that had back and forth, and they had dual contracts in companies, and they had to travel a ton. Nobody has been in two simultaneous title tournaments in two separate countries at the same time. Nobody in wrestling has ever done that. Not Stan Hansen, not the Funks, not Brody. None of these wrestlers are doing what she does. It's grueling. I'm sure she's probably not getting a lot of sleep. But hats off, crowns off to her. She's putting in the work right now. So Megan Bain makes it for you in the in your AEW slot. Yeah, that's your AEW slot.
So my international star, and I've only watched a few videos of this person, so I'm really gonna throw this person out as my fifth person.
Mm-hmm.
You know what? I'm gonna see what you guys said. But when I was thinking international star, I didn't know the rule was like they had to, like, they could be. I thought it was somebody who's like predominantly wrestling overseas, and you don't see this person. So I'm going with Miyu Yamashita.
Okay, all right.
I only watched a couple matches, and they're in these small little like rings, but taking bumps, right? Like you could see that she's like, sort of into it. They weren't like pretty girl bumps, they were like, they weren't like you and I like pretending at a bar, like, hey, one of those. Like it was like this girl may not walk tomorrow type bumps. And she fits my I needed another smaller type wrestler who could be scrappy. I can't have, 4, alpha women.
Yes.
Although I feel like they're all alpha women. I feel like in wrestling, you have to be an alpha to be a women's wrestler. You have to be an alpha. So,
and I don't know if you do notice that she worked with Natalia at the Bloodsport, right?
The one I saw, I think she also, I'm not sure about that, but I think she worked a couple matches, I think with Megan Bain at one point.
Mm-hmm. Probably, yeah. Stardom.
It seems like Megan Bain's working everywhere, so maybe not so impressive that she works with Megan Bain.
Yeah. And she's done AEW, she's done,
yes.
She's done the WrestleMania weekends for sure, like come over with Stardom and some of the Joshi companies, but are you nodding your head, Tom?
Yeah. No, I off name, I didn't recognize her, but once I Googled her, yeah, that's who Natalia worked. I'm pretty sure at GCW,
and that was physical. That's a no ropes, Josh Barnett shoot show, basically a shoot show.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, she does fit in with your, despite her being the smallest of that group. She's probably
tough cookie
up there with badass for sure. So that's again another excellent like poll for the internationals. I like the way we're going. So I'm down to a legend.
Yeah.
Dump Matsumoto.
Okay.
Dump Matsumoto has to be on my team because that's arguably the person that I probably studied the most in the last like 18 months is Dump Matsumoto. I keep going back to watching her wrestling the Crush Gals in All Japan Women. Her and Bull Nakano as their the Triangle of Terror with who was it? Condor somebody or other in All Japan Women. There's no rules with Dump Matsumoto. She's going to stab you in the head with scissors. She's going to hit you with a garbage can. The hair match, the first hair match with Chigusa Nagayu from 85, where the referee is getting way too involved and Dump literally stabs the referee with the scissors. Can wrestle a bloodbath, is loud and obnoxious and knows her point. She's one of my favorites, and I swear to God, like, give me a day where they reincarnate somebody like that that gets a prominent spot in wrestling, and that's my favorite wrestler. I love Dump Matsumoto. I've got a lot of international gals on this team, but I also have a lot of like, these are rugged personalities and these are wild card human beings. So
yeah,
I'm going with Dump as my legend, and that'll close me out.
And that's a great pick. And I think that you literally could have taken all 5 women at the wild card spot, and it would have fit perfectly because you just have 5 genuinely unhinged human beings.
Well, I've literally everybody has some sort of a screaming issue.
Yes.
Or a singing issue, or wants to act, or like it's My makeup budget is through the roof.
Yeah.
Through the roof. Dump wears the face paint. Maki probably puts makeup on. Luna is Luna. Asuka has it, and Tony. I have a huge makeup budget. I'm accepting endorsements from all the major companies. So
I think you made a better comeback, because in the beginning, honestly, when we got to the third pick, I thought it was going to be reminiscent of Mrs. Hart throwing in the towel on Brett. And you just give.
By the way, that's my sixth pick. The sixth pick, the sleeper, is Helen Hart.
Martha?
No, Helen.
Helen.
All right. So, Tom, close us out. Who do you got? Who do you got left?
I am going. My last pick is a current WWE wrestler. I had her earmarked as the one that I wanted. My current favorite WWE women's wrestler, Stephanie McCure.
Okay. Women's champ.
She is so good in the ring. She at the current moment is like the perfect. I mean, she is the women's champion, but she really doesn't have like the credentials to be a like at the tippity top of. So this is like my mid card woman on this team. All business, just wrestling machine. Again, not the best promo. So we have Sherry talking for her. But
she benefits most with Sherry. I think out of your group for sure.
100%.
Yeah.
And literally, aside from being able to get Mercedes in the third round, this was the team that I wanted to draft.
Okay.
Going into this. So I feel like
you sound like the Pirates GM right now. This
I got what I wanted.
Yeah. I was going to say that this sounds very reminiscent of what was that movie Draft Day, when they were praising that science fiction movie Draft Day that said the Cleveland Browns could have a good draft. The thing I'll say about Stephanie McCure is she's got a lot of charisma.
She does.
They have, like, she's their Raw Women's Champion right now. They have a rocket strapped to her. She's going to be, and she's got that viral. She's got the ass move.
Yeah.
She's from Mexico.
Yep.
So she worked with CMLL, and she was basically Mercedes in a backdoor way got her a job at WWE.
Yeah, because
she had that great match, and she became She
was inevitably going to be signed by AEW if they pulled the trigger faster.
Yeah.
So like having that Forbidden Door match was what's got her to where she is right now.
Yeah, and it created a bidding war, and the interest in her like skyrocketed, and she paid off. She did well in NXT. But she wasn't going to be there forever. So, yeah, I mean, she's been very good. I mean, she does have to lug around fucking Nikki Bella, I think, at a pay-per-view at Survivor Series. So, good luck with that bolt-on tits. But I think she's got she's going to have a long career with him, and she's I would say, like, get ready for her and Rhea to probably be women's main event at some point in the next 2 years.
For sure.
Because they can't keep those two away from each other.
They can't keep a good woman down.
That's right. That's right. So let's recap. As we see. Tom, you took notes, right?
I have everyone's team written down.
Okay.
So we'll start Steve China at the legend slot, Lita at the wild card slot, Rhea Ripley for the WWE, Megan Bayne for AEW, and Miyu Yamashita for the international.
Yep. Steve, I liked Steve for a second. Steve, you were swimming there for a sec to be like, oh, I picked my WWE and I have my international. I could tell, like, in your brain you were thinking Rhea Ripley could have been your international.
You know, it's funny. I
saying.
literally looked her up, and I was like, "Damn it! I could have got her international, and I could have been even stronger." And then I folded. I folded under the pressure. I didn't. And then you know what? At one point, you were talking. I'm like bringing something up. I'm like, "Come on, let's go, Jeanette," you know.
But still, like it's. I like that team. That's Team Tough. So continue on your recap, Tom. I didn't mean to interrupt.
Mike, for his AEW slot, Timeless Tony Storm. In the second round for the WWE slot, Asuka. Third round for the wild card, Luna Vachon. Fourth round, the international choice was Maki Ito. And in the fifth slot, that was your legend, right?
Yes.
Dump Masamoto.
Yeah.
Wild.
Now you got to put up a poll on the site to see who's what people think.
I certainly, that'll certainly be part of this.
Wild team.
I like my wild team. I'm putting a fence around them.
All right, and then to close it out, my first round pick in the wild card slot was Sherry Martel. Second round pick in the legend spot, Bull Nakano. Third round, AEW Mercedes Moné. Fourth round, international Bozilla. And fifth round, WWE Stephanie Vacour.
Excellent. Quickly, some of the names that we missed. I am surprised that Io Sky didn't make anybody's list. Maybe one of the best wrestlers. Becky Lynch? Not on anybody's radar?
Not a fan.
I know Steve's
I'm
not.
with you, Tom. I'm with you, Tom. I can't.
Athena didn't make it.
So that was going to be my AEW pick because I just assumed that by the time I got there, Mercedes would be gone. So it was set to be Athena, but
okay. All right, would have been a good choice. Also, I'm very surprised that you didn't figure out a way to get your girl on your team, Harley Cameron.
I've already chloroformed her. You know what? Here's the thing: if there was another category, like I don't know, quirky hot girl with sick body, I would have done that. But she's just for this. But I had a couple too that I wanted to know what you guys thought.
Yeah. Because
I thought remember we're only picking 15, so it's tough. But where would you guys have stood on couple people, Beth Phoenix and Mickie James?
Listen,
I think that they could have been two. I guess Mickie James is still wrestling, right?
Technically, but like she'd be in the legend category or wild card.
Yeah.
But like she's, I don't know. Like I'm always a fan. I think, unfortunately, like this is the thing that kind of sticks because you had the class that was like before they were strictly divas and doing like bullshit fucking bikini matches.
Right.
You had that class which had Chyna, which had Jackie Moore, which had Trish, Lita, Ivory. You knew there were wrestlers there. And then they had that middle part where it's Diva Search. And unfortunately, Mickey's in the middle of that. And Beth was at the back leg of that too. They're both incredible. Like they're both, they deserve to be like in these conversations for legends and whatnot and Hall of Fames. It's just, I had a path.
Mickie is Mike Messina.
Yes.
Never the best in her generation. Always like a second or third. And you still take her on your team, but
Right. And she's still going to be in a Hall of Fame. But if you're rapid fire saying like, hey, name the best, she's going to be in the middle of your conversation rather at the top of your conversation.
Yeah.
And I think Beth is sort of the same way. I think Beth, unfortunately, like it was that short career that she had, relatively speaking, that kind of takes her, like that's where she gets kind of lost in translation. Unfortunately, in my opinion, but Tom, do you have any? You have a couple that you would have thought of that might have made this?
AEW, my favorite current women's wrestler in AEW, Willow Nightingale.
Yeah.
Love Willow. My wild card was really like my deepest one. I had Rina Yamashita, who is like she's a deathmatch wrestler in Freedoms and GCW. Lufisto, Sarah Del Rey.
Yeah.
Mercedes Martinez, Shotzi.
Shotzi's fun.
And then for Legends, I had Medusa and Minami Toyota.
Yeah.
And then for WWE, I had Julia, who like you could throw into the international, but also really good, and Alexa Bliss.
She's fun.
I had Bliss as somebody I was considering.
What just struck me is that even in the honorable mentions, no one mentioned who everyone blows as the greatest women's wrestler ever, Charlotte Flair.
Charlotte Flair.
I had her up there as like somebody, but I feel like
she's so hateable
with her. You know, like
so hateable.
I mean, she's got like 15 titles or something, but like I can't remember like a memorable run past her first one.
Yeah.
She's not likable. She's she could be terrible on the microphone, and her goddamn father is Ric Flair. There are some times where she is just so fucking bad, gets lost in her promos, gets spooked by the crowd. I'll take Becky any day, and I know Becky is very like it sounds like the same thing over and over again with Becky, and that's where a lot of the criticism comes. Or Bayley is sort of the same thing. It's like just like change it up a little bit every once in a while. But I think Charlotte's the worst out of that bunch because she always seems like she's into her own shit and just doesn't want to do the extra homework. But this is a good draft. We will put a poll up once this drops, and on our socials. So find us at D-Kick Basement in a bunch of places, and on Instagram on off the cuff stuff. So you can find us there. You can see what we want to hear. What you guys think we missed. Who do like flowers for so and so. It always makes sense. So, good episode, Steve. Thank you again for participating and and doing your draft analysis. You're the Mel Kiper of the team.
That's an insult.
But on behalf of Tom, this is Mike. We are out of here, and we will see you at the matches.